What's good? What's good? It's your boy Alfie D, and the place to be. The place to be is Streetz Talk Podcast. Coming to you today. We got a special episode today with my girl, Miss Keontae of Assistant Living. So give me a second. We about to go ahead and join. Go ahead and bring her on in. Hey, how you doing? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing fine, and yourself?
Great. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming. I appreciate you being here today. Hold on, let me just
Definitely
get.
my pleasure.
Hold on, let me just turn this volume up a little bit so we'll be able to hear you. So how's it going today? How's your day so far?
Is that better?
That's a lot better.
All right.
So how's it going? How's your day going so far?
Hot but productive, so that's a blessing.
Exactly. I've been out working in the yard today, so I'm a little bit. I thought I was too dark to tan, but I'm a little tan right now.
Yeah, definitely another day.
Yeah, exactly. But let's go ahead and jump into business here. So today on Streetz Talk Podcast, I had today, my girl, it's a pleasure to bring her here, Miss Keontae of Assisted Living Startup. And the reason why I brought it, it's another, a lot of different aspects of, doing real estate and things like that. And also, I always try to bring information into the hood, stuff that a lot of people might, don't get a chance to hear about. So, a lot of times, if you're doing real estate, you might have properties and, you might be stuck with a property and you're like, man, what can I do with this? Assisted living is always another key to, another source of income that you can always do, in aspects of, making some, getting some money back from off of your investment. So that's why I wanted to bring you on here today also, because I've been watching your page for a while and I've been seeing what you've been doing. And I was also interested in, want to know a little bit about assisted living as well. So let's, get us a little bit of background on who you are, who is Miss Keontae?
Well, Miss Keontae is a nurse who works in long-term care. And a lot of times I've seen residents come and go, and they were like, worse off than they left, like come back contracted or with bed sores. And I'm like, oh, wow, like, where did we send them? What happened? And a lot of times they go with family members who can't care for them, but, they feel guilty if they leave them in a nursing home. And then you have, sad to say, some independent living homes who take these people and aren't properly qualified to care for them. And in the nursing field, we have a lot of CNAs, GNAs who does this job religiously. Like they leave that job, go to another one. They've been doing it 20 years. And so, residual income is key. So I always preach to them, you're doing this 9 to 5, that's cool, but you could be getting a lot more money if you do it for yourself. You're already caring for the people, you already, your heart is already in it. Just do it for yourself and you'll see 10 times as much. But some people, they feel comfortable with a 9 to 5, knowing that, okay, this paycheck coming in 2 weeks and I do this double. They don't look outside the box that, okay, instead of taking this 5, 10,000 and go on a trip or pay for surgery, I can go ahead and pay up a property, furnish it for a while, and start a whole business, you know? And it's sad to say that still to this day, I have more COs, I have more property managers or property owners than I have people who are already caring for these people. But, I just stay motivating, I stay pushing the word out there so that, they will eventually digest it and it will click and then they come because, right now the assisted living is very trending. And, also, like you said, property owners who have properties is very lucrative. You thinking you going to one property, pick up 1,500 a month. You going to the next one, pick up 1,300 a month. You got 6 bids in one property, so you do the math, you know?
Exactly. And another aspect is, you might have a lot of people that might have been just started being in the nursing field. They might have been nursing for umpteen years, since PTC, when everybody's going back there to get that nursing degree. They might want to retire, so now they want to do it on their own and feel so they can give someone more care because you're real limited working inside the nursing homes on the kind of real care that you can actually give a patient and things like that. So this is another way also for you to just go ahead and be your own boss and make sure you do your part on trying to take care of a lot of patients, or a lot of sometimes it's people that's actually that's have no one, so maybe it might just be you.
That's right.
So and another aspect of so you was like working at your job and just got tired of just saying, man, I'm just tired of just being here. I just want to be my own boss. So what drive you to be an entrepreneur? Because like right now, especially Black women right now, leading the nation as being entrepreneurs. So what drive you to be a part of that number?
Well, like I said, I'm a nurse, so I'm blessed to be in that field. I believe that we are truly God's angels. And you just cannot get rich working a 9 to 5. No matter which tax bracket you on, a 9 to 5, 2, 3 jobs, like you're just working, killing yourself, paying bills, stressing. The American dream, I used to think, was to, buy a house and, no.
A white picket fence.
That is definitely not the American dream, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
It's about becoming your own boss so that you can spend your days as you wish. And until we get out of this cycle of, I don't trust it. I got to see what she do first. My friend said she don't know, so I don't know. Like, we have to get away from all that negativity, and it's just common sense. You're we've done it. 2, 3 jobs, overtime, double time.
Killing yourself.
Right. Into what? Provide a gift.
Exactly. And stress, they're saying, guns killing people, black men, everything. No, stress leads to a lot of different things on working. You work all your life. And then, you retire at 65 and then, you get your retirement money and then you pass away 1 year later. So, you don't get the joy to live life. So why not take some of that stress off and be your own boss and develop your own stress instead of someone else's that don't really care about you, just going to replace you today or tomorrow.
Exactly. You'll see a lot of your residents, they're retired. Like the retired life, if you don't have a pension plan or your 401k stacked up, you're just retiring to nothing. Again,
Exactly.
from a month-to-month check. And nobody wants to grow older and depend on a check once a month and make life decisions at the gas station. Will I eat or do I get gas?
Exactly. So I see a lot of people in the business that I'm in. They work for 30, 40 years and then retire. They get that nice little bit of money. They might move down south and then here might later. Oh, such and such that work here. He passed away. Like, man, he just retired. But then you have some that's inside, in the business that's actually using that money, that 401k, because someone taught me to, open your own business. Use that money to start working, basically invest into yourself because you're going to pay all of that money back into your 401k. So why not use that, open up your own business and, actually, something as in starting assisted living homes or, car wash or anything that you want to go ahead and do. So,
Definitely.
That right there. And then, being that, that you're a young woman, you still have, in the eyes of working, you got maybe 20, 30 more years, 40 more years to work. So why not take an early retirement and be your own boss?
That's all I'm preaching to the people. You say you followed my page for a while now, and I used to post a lot of job trainings and so forth, but it was people more so there for the jobs and missing the point that you get this job, you work, build your money up so that you can come to me, correct?
Exactly. Exactly. And that's all you're doing. Work is basically help you keep you afloat. That's what the job is. I mean, yeah, you might can live comfortably, type of job that you have, but like you say, a job is basically not built to make you rich or make you wealthy, things like that. So you have to find different sources of income. You might see a person that might have 10 different jobs and fail at 10 of them. Maybe one work, but they trying to build income, hopefully towards wealth.
Exactly. And I let people know also, because they think, okay, now that I've done this, I'm about to quit my job. No. You take one, you get your money from that one, you start another one, and then I say about 3, and then yeah, you can quit that job. But no, it's not one, and now I got my own business, I can quit my job. No, it's just residual income, another source of income. The more you make, then that's when you can say goodbye to your 9 to 5.
Exactly. So, another thing that, a lot of times to let people know, especially if you go quit your job, you're not going to be successful pretty much, your first year. You have peaks and spikes and things like that. Maybe your second year, things like that. I got a lot of gray. I didn't used to always have this beard and gray, when I started my own business, getting hair. I was at the barber shop and my barber cutting my hair one day. He kept brushing the top of my head. I said, no, that's not lint, it's gray. Stressful those first couple of years of being your own boss. So, a lot of times people think they're going to jump into something that's going to be quick, rich, real fast. But, it's a lot of bumps, there's a lot of bruises. Just going through that.
And that comes with any business.
Exactly.
Any business. You have to be hands-on, because a lot of people think that, okay, for $2,500, she's going to start my business. Nowhere in the whole wide world for $2,500 you're getting keys handed over to you for a business, okay? So, with that being said, a lot of people want to do it, have to be business minded, business savvy, take charge. This is your new baby. It's only going to run as smoothly as you allow it to. So anything such as emails, phone calls, or, just popping into an office, you must be willing and able to start your business.
Exactly. So if you can go to work for someone else and break your back in the snow, killing yourself, why can't you do that for yourself?
Exactly.
Put that same energy into investing into your own self.
Definitely.
So that's so tell us a little bit about things that people might don't know about. They might have question about I want to do it. They think they can just go ahead and get a house and just put people into the home. So is it that easy, or is it a long drawn out process? Is it a stressful process, or not to give out everything, but just walk us a little bit.
Right, I understand. So of course you can't do it without the house. If you already have the house, then of course that makes the process a lot smoother. But you have to understand that you're trying to do a business in someone else's house. A lot of people don't even know what assisted living is. So when you contact them and explain to them, hey, I'm Molly, I'm new to the assisted living business, I'm interested in opening up my own assisted living home, and I want to use your house. They looking like, what? Do who, where? Oh, okay, I understand now that you explained it, but I'm going to have to text you. So I help my clients find a house. I work with like 2-3 different landlords throughout Baltimore City. They have a lot of houses. And some in not the best area, but is nobody on your porch selling, anything or nothing like that. But I have a lot of clients with very high expectations and low incomes. So me working with these landlords, it helps us because it gives them something that they can afford. Although, that home may be in the ghetto, but, it's a start. You stay there for your 1-year contract and the lease. You get your money up. By the time you're ready for your second one, because you were able to afford that and not struggle and fill your house, now you have enough within a year to buy your next house. So you always got to look at the bigger picture. If you already have the house, like I said, that's fine. Another thing, a lot of people think that, okay, I need the class. I need the class. It's a class for the management training, and I need that bump what you say. I got to take this class. I always show the qualifications, any and every consultation. I always show the state qualifications in order to fill out an application for your assisted living license. In order to fill out an application for your assisted living license, you have to have, and they put this as number one, you have to have a hand-drawn sketch of the house. You have to have a fire inspection. You have to have the city come and do a building inspection, make sure all the windows open, so, it's not a hazard and all that. You have to get your zoning permit. You have to, get your uniform disclosure. You have to get a dietitian signed menu. And then you can submit your application to the state. A lot of people, so headstrong on the class, they go out, they do the class, they see that, okay, the class didn't teach us nothing. They only gave us certificates for Alzheimer's, for epilepsy, what about the assisted living? Okay, now I see, this is why I need you. Exactly. Once you submit your application to the state, once you have your inspections, your house and all that, once you submit your application to the state, they then will reply that you will hear back from them in 90 days. That's 3 months.
Okay.
So first month, you got your house, rent, security deposit, furnished, paid for your permits. Within those 90 days, then I inform my students to take the class. The class is only 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It's $1,000. You could have saved that, put that to the side while you're working on the bigger picture. That's only a piece of the puzzle. And I'm a consultant, so I can only advise my clients. But if you listen to the directions I give you and take the steps that I give you as I give, you will have your license within those 4 months. 4 to 6 months. My contract lasts for 6 months. It should not take no one a year just to get started, And with that getting started, that's the house furnishing it and your permit. It should not take a year.
Man,
no one. I don't even think no one has a year's worth of rent to be paying for somewhere where no one is, they're not even gaining any money from. Like, nobody has money to pay your own bills and bills for a house that you're not even using.
Exactly. I mean, you take 2-3 months, to build up and pay for this trip here. Then you're going to do this vacation and you're going to spend all this money. Why not build it and invest it in yourself? Because one thing you learned from the pandemic was a lot of entrepreneurs came out of this pandemic. Like, I see a lot of people. It's a lot of young teenagers. You see, a lot of millennials. Because right now there's been a lot of entrepreneurs, and that right there showed us that that's the way to go. Yeah, working a 9 to 5 is is good for security, down the line. But it's kind of hard to say. Tomorrow is really not promised. So we looking for today. So why not, say, start back 6 months? It's not that long. And you're thinking about that your money that you're kicking out, you're going to the club every weekend, things like that. Why not take a break? Go missing for a little bit. Get things together. You still be seeing one of the 48 power, laws of power. You still could be missing, but you still be on the scene to be relevant. Give people a chance to miss you. While this time, you're strategizing. You getting your things together.
And then you'll have a reason to celebrate, and the partying will be different. It'll feel better.
Exactly.
You're celebrating success. You're not just out here because, it's Friday, I'm bored. No.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, you're working towards, you're going to school working towards a degree. A lot of times 2, 3, 4 years, 6 months is not nothing. You got it in you. Why, what's 6 months? It's not nothing. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit of headache. It's going to be a little bit of pain, but you've been through a lot worse things in life. So why not? So another thing is okay, I want to start this. Okay, all right, I understand all that, but man, I never, what kind of patients do I look for? Is I'm looking for, people that's self-sufficient, people that's bedridden, things like that. Do I have to, help them with medication? What kind of patients, if a person look for, or what, once they do all of that, when they get finished, where would they go at now? Well, they should already have a plan before then in hand.
Well, I tell my clients, you don't want to get any more than you can handle. If at the end of the day, you're not constantly at someone's bedside who is bedridden, then get yourself a walkie-talkie. You want to be comfortable at your work. You want to be able to love your residents because their care is in your hands. So that's a must. It should never feel like I'm overwhelmed. I'm myself a nurse, and I still take level ones that pay level 3 prices. I can do G-tubes, wounds, IVs, all that, but I have walkie-talkies. Why? I work during the night. When I come during the day, I'm not at anyone's bedside. I don't want that responsibility. And if with your workload, you're comfortable with working with, then that's how you choose. Before you get a resident, you're able to go and interview them, whether it's phone or go see them in person, and you get to decide whether or not you want that resident. So it's not like anyone is being pushed on you, or and I never want anyone to accept any residents that they feel as though this workload is more that I can handle. Never.
Exactly. So, and like, say if I'm just an average Joe, and I happen to see this interview, or I come across, your Instagram page, and I say, well, that sounds like it's something I might be able to do. I'm interested in. Is it something that's an average person that's don't have nothing, don't know anything about the medical field? Is it something they can be able to get into as well, or do I have to be in the medical field to actually want to be into this?
You do not have to be in the medical field to do this. You must have experience in caregiving, that could be based on you caring for a loved one. It doesn't necessarily mean you have to be a nurse or a nurse aide or anything. Like I said, I have a lot of COs signing up, so.
Okay. And so I mean, that right there is still like, okay, all right, I pretty much can do it. So now, I figured out like what kind of patients that I want. And I feel as though I don't have to be pretty much be in the medical field now. I'm all good. I'm ready to go now. So bam. Okay, wow. So what do I do? What about funding and things like that? Like, all right, I have my own home. I'm not, using this, using someone else's home, or I'm using someone else's home. I know I got to pay this. So now what do I do now? Do you help me? If I need, you walk me in the right direction on finding people or funding or someone to say, okay, I know it's probably about 1 million homes, assisted living homes in the city. So how can I be a part of that? Or this is something I got to come out of my pocket and pretty much do, or this is something you teach us inside the program?
Unfortunately, there are no grants out here to help us. So it's all out of pocket. I know a lot of people, they go and raise money, at their church will raise money for them or give them a property to do it in. So, you never know. Just get your message out there that you want to care for the elderly, the disabled, and you'll be surprised. People are willing to help you, but unfortunately, as far as the government, Uncle Sam, nah.
So, it's just like, basically another business. It's just all about networking and things like that.
Definitely about networking, because that's how you will get your clients. You have a lot of agencies out here, and they charge, but, you network, you get your own clients. It's all about who you know in this business as well as any other business. She might send them to her homegirl because she's been sending them there for years, and here you go with nobody. You just opening, trying to plead your case. So it's definitely a networking business. It's all in who you know.
Exactly. And, right now I feel as though this is a more better option to me than a lot of nursing homes and things like that, especially.
Definitely.
Because right now, you can't go see your loved ones. And that's another thing right now with the assisted living homes, is it how it is with family members or, visitation and things like that.
Well, we were operating under the same guidelines as nursing homes. We're just a step below them because, we're more home-like facility and they're, more commercial, but we always have to piggyback off of their guidelines. So it was no one in, no one out. But this past Monday, it was the first week that we opened back up to visit.
Okay.
Yeah, but a
Yeah.
lot of people like, assisted living because the ratio, 6 to 1 versus 50 to 1 in a nursing home. So,
Okay. So there's basically, I can, if I'm all right, ready, I know about it. I took a, maybe a hit, maybe a few couple of months now. I got maybe one client there, two clients there. So maybe I might have someone, that might be maybe, maybe self-sufficient, things like that. So in that case, so now do I have to worry about meals or, just something to get people themselves, or it's just like a rooming or, how,
no, no, it's all provided. Meals, laundry, medication management is all included. You're helping them with their ADLs, helping them, adapt as they get older, but still feel like, they're in control and they're in a home setting. So it
so,
works out.
got you. So basically like in layman terms, it's like how private schools still run off of the school board, and they still provide
Exactly.
everything, but just on a smaller scale.
Exactly. Yep.
Uh, exactly. So that's understandable. So it's like right now. So how does it, during by the COVID time and things like how things are changing? Does it feels like is it a big effect on more people? It's getting kind of harder to maneuver more, or like get people to come in to to facilities, or they just feel safer being in nursing homes and things.
It's difficult in the sense that usually, you get a resident and, if they don't work out, then okay, is a revolving door till you find the person you want. But now with this COVID, when you get somebody, you better hold them and keep them because one, that they're COVID negative and you don't want anybody keep running in and out your house possibly, with this COVID going on. So everyone who has their bids filled, keeping them just there, and the new people who are looking for residents, unfortunately, is just getting what's left out there right now at the moment.
Okay. And I mean, I see, like in the neighborhood that I stay in now, because, we have a lot of single family homes that's up here with a lot of yards and things like that. So I see a lot of them that's coming around in this area for the last few years. So that right
Yes,
there, had
yes,
me interested in, doing the same thing. So I say, why not, put the word out? Maybe it's someone else that was trying to figure out the same thing on where to get started. So that's,
hmm
exactly the main reason I wanted to bring you on here, so to just get the word out and let people know this is the another alternative on things that you do, especially you might be a person that's out there, you might have took care of your family member, and you might have seen they might have seen them in a nursing home and say, man, I know how this is. I want to just do my own and just show a part. I just feel like I just want to show care for our elderly. So this is a way, for people to speak up and you be able to get the word
definitely.
out and
Become a blessing. Yes, definitely.
exactly to become a blessing, because you never know, angels come in all short, sorts, shapes, sizes, everywhere. So you never
hmm
know, who this may hit, or who may be listening, or who want, have this come across the idea come across their mind. So, and, anything else that you want to, that you want to touch on, or that you want to tell us about what you have going on. Tell us a little bit about your website, how everybody be able to reach you, all of those good things.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I am so excited because this is new. And I want to reach my people, and I just try and look for every avenue possible so that they're able to reach this goal. So if you visit my website, which is www.assistedlivingstartup.org, assistedlivingstartup.org. If you visit my website, you'll see that I have payment plan option through Sizzle. And with that, it's just like Afterpay. If you can go on Fashion Nova and do your little Afterpay and all that with Amazon Prime, then you can come over here to assistedliving.org and sign up through Sizzle and do your payment plans. And that way, you're doing your payment plans to be able to pay me. And then you'll still have your money to do your rent, security deposit, and furniture for your business over there. So to, help them obtain their goal, make it more reachable. I'm so happy to offer Sizzle.
And that's, I mean, like you say, that's a great way, because they say 6 months, that's not a long time, but that's enough time for you to build up a little bit of money, put your money to the side, like you say, to get furniture and things like that.
Yeah.
So right now, so is it, because one other thing, people might think like, okay, all right, I do this, I pay, this amount of money. Is it like are you hands-on, or you just basically you're showing people the way? Because maybe people might get the idea like, oh, all right, she's going to do everything for me. Or is it basically, you're just going to basically coach them on how to start their own business, start their own sister home?
So this is what separates Miss Keontae from the rest of the assisted living startup people. The difference between me and them is that I'm hands-on. When they come out to do your inspection, I'm there. You FaceTiming me, hey, are these nice things, are they going to pass? I'm there. Like, there's not, you've seen my page, you've seen the testimonies. I'm 100% hands-on. Although I do coach them, you know what I mean? Because they are the ones doing it.
You got to learn.
Exactly, but I'm right over their shoulder. Hey, I ain't hear from you today. Did you send that email? I had one girl block me. Like, we gonna be on it. Like,
but that's what you want.
But exactly.
You don't want someone that, all right, pay this money, pay this fee, and then like, all right, I'm calling you and I can't get a contact. I'm stuck on this page. I don't know what this means. You want that help.
Yes, you pay me $2,500 to be your assisted living BFF, to make sure that you pursue this goal of you becoming an entrepreneur, and I'm gonna push you to your limit to make sure that you understand everything, that you're competent. Once you leave me, you know what's going on. It's not a question that someone from the state can't pick up the phone and ask you that you won't know, okay?
And that's what, man. Now, I learned a lot that sometimes people, they learn differently. They might learn, by reading. Some people might learn by showing. Some people just might need that little coaching. So that right there, even if you don't want it, it's needed, because you don't know everything. I'm a Leo, so I already think I know everything, but I don't know that much. I know pretty much everything, but not almost everything. So sometimes, I might need a little bit of coaching, but you need that coaching. So
that's true.
You need a So it sounds like that you're getting actually. I mean, you're taking away some of the headache. You're taking away a lot of the headache from the person. You're absorbing it.
And let me go back, because you asked me this at first. You said, what made me get started. Besides seeing, the residents come back, contracting and all that, when I put myself out there to start this business, the information was scarce. I called the state. I ride up and down the street. You see assisted living signs. I'll call, ask for the owner, try to ask them, what? Like, they looking at you like competition. They don't want to give you any information.
Exactly.
You call the state, they like, they're not even aware of what assisted living is. So I'm like, like I said, with all of our people already doing this as CNAs, GNAs, home health, whatever title you want to call it, maybe this is why, it's not a lot of us in it. Because the same steps that you have to take to open up a nursing home facility is the same steps you take to open up a assisted living home. The same stuff. The only thing you may need more is a fire escape hanging from the building, or, pull system for the fire department, but it's the same exact steps. And like I said, information was scarce. I hashtag Google assisted living help. Like I search everything under the sun, and I see all of these people charging 5,000, 5,000. So I said, okay, let me take the 80-hour class. Then I would know, and that's only 1,000 before I pay somebody 5,000. So I took the assisted living class, and once I was given my certificate, I'm like, hey, like, where I go, like, you ain't tell me nothing about going to go start my business. Like, you just gave me these certificates. Well, for five, and listen, the teacher like, well, for 5,000 more, I can. So I was like, no, it's no way. So I definitely,
Exactly.
I stepped out there. I was like, I'm gonna make my prices affordable. You probably see Black Friday. I go all the way down. Just to get my people ready for tax time. If you can jump in here Black Friday tax time, you just get your house. You just slide right on in. It ain't no call for overtime, extra time, none of that. So I always think about my people, try to make
Exactly.
it reachable and accessible and affordable. So,
And it's funny that you
but
said that.
go ahead.
I'm sorry. It's funny that you said that because that is the reason why I started doing the podcast. I listened to, for 20 some years, a lot of talk radio, and I see the information that people put out there. And I'm like, hold up, this is not what happened, or this is not what I found out. This is not things like, I know, like, I know I can't basically change the narrative, so why can't I be a part of the narrative and try to bring information that I know is more correctly, or things that I don't know nothing about that I'm interested in, try to bring it out to someone else so they can be able to learn or be able to find information. This is basically another source. And
Right.
I feel, some time ago, I'm going around, I'm looking, and I had a friend of mine. So we came to mind, like, okay, look here, let's do that. We could do, we want to do something about either transitional homes or assisted living, things like that. So, I was in the real estate business for a long time, rehabbing homes back, some few years ago. And I seen it was coming up back in like the early 2005, 2007, 8, 10, during that time. So I helped a couple of people get their homes ready. So I started thinking, like, well, this is something we could do. And this is, I came across a lot of pages. And a lot of pages I'm seeing is people on there, they showing like classes or they showing profiles, things like that. But I never see students or I never see anything.
Right. You never see the success story. Who
Exactly.
did you get licensed?
Exactly. I come across you and I see you working. I see people that's on there,
That's
things like that. So that's something
right.
different. So they say when you do something that you like, it's not a job. But, that's a passion. So you get paid handful, not even in money and blessings and things like that. So that right there, just keep doing what you're doing. I'm seeing, what you're doing, and you set yourself aside from a lot of other different people. And that's basically, and I'm just trying to tell you that part, that's how I came across you.
Thank you so much.
And I really appreciate, you stopping by, I would, this is a platform for you anytime that you want to come back, you want to do this again, anytime, just let me know. Doors are always open, anytime that you want, just let me know, it's here.
I sure will. I have something coming up, this fall, so I'll be reaching back out to you. And
Exactly.
we'll be able to present that once I'm ready. But just to give them a little hint, I've been dibbing and dabbing with the real estate, and these houses now are like 20 to 50,000, and it's not always going to be this cheap, and these cheap houses are not always going to be this available.
Yep.
So before our people get pushed out into these counties and can't even afford the city no more, I would like to help them also try and buy some of these properties out here while they're still available.
Well, don't get me to start talking. I can go on for about 3-4 hours on that topic right there.
Right, but that's this fall.
So I got to bring you back as a guest on Real Estate Wednesdays one day, so as to have a conversation or whatever. So just let me know whenever you're available. I'll just reach out and let you know that topic right there alone I can, go on and on about, us leaving the
I know.
city.
I put it out there this Father's Day. I said I would, take two fathers because everybody say nobody do nothing for Father's Day. It's always Mother's Day. So I said for Father's Day, I'll take two fathers for free. Just have your cash, if investment property, or, just if you want to buy a house, period, in Baltimore, one of these cheap houses, let me show you how to do it. Like,
Y'all hear that?
off-market houses, all that. And that was for Father's Day. I had not one person.
Wow, man, y'all hear that? And
Not
usually
one person.
for Father's Day, only thing we get is the big piece of chicken. And this lady was offering to help you
Right,
to start your own business.
I'm offering a tomahawk. I got that.
Exactly. That's bigger than the big piece of chicken. Man, that's more than dessert. But nobody stepped up.
But let me say this. Can I say one thing?
Yes.
I just want to talk to my ladies because I have a lot of female followers more than males, but whatever. If you have a significant other and they are out here on these streets and you sitting home waiting, please do better. We got to get our men off the streets. If you don't see this for you, with the money that he's bringing in, then this can be a y'all thing. Get your man, grab his hand, get him off the streets. He can be collecting this 1,500 times 6 bids that you're going to put into this house, okay? And I'm sure that he will be happy with that. But maybe he don't know about Miss Keontae, and you can explain it, and you can introduce him, and we can go from there. But please, get our men off the streets. I think they've been out there long enough where they have 5,000 to help you to start a business and, leave that lifestyle behind, please.
Exactly. You can't be doing the same thing over and over and looking for a different result. It's going to be the same. I mean, you got to, right now, the city's changing. It's changing a lot.
We're losing too many of our men to these streets. It's alarming. It's so scary.
Exactly. And the only thing I can say is right now, the city, they're going to allow everybody to go do what they want to do right now in the city. And, they're going to bring federal agents and government into here.
Because we're doing what they want us to do. They want us to kill each other off.
Exactly. That's how you get more federal money. Look here. Now we need more money for this. And that. So it's changing. So what you think they're going to put more? They're going to enforce the law more. So like you say, you need to invest. You need to take that money. It goes back to the Black Panther times. Even back when neighborhood gangs got started, they put that money into the neighborhoods. They invested it into that neighborhoods because they're going to move you right on out, and you're going to be sitting on the outside looking in.
And they have all these opportunities. They got Buy Back Baltimore, Live Baltimore. They have all these home buying programs right now.
So
and I just want my people to, yes, please, while it's available. Because, it could be here today, gone tomorrow, who knows. But
if you're sitting on this vacant house every single day on this front, every single day.
You could have brought it for $2,000.
Exactly. Why not just buy it and flip and fix it up and flip it and put people inside of it? So, you see, right now, I seen someone come up and like what we used to do is, and one thing about Baltimore is one of the oldest cities where our structure where so you don't have to do much to the homes to fix them up. So a lot of these homes right now is falling apart.
There's no time frame. If you gotta get ahead and save up there, at least you got it.
Exactly. You can gut a home. It's easy to do it from gutting a home out and to start from scratch.
You can gut a house for $1,000.
Exactly. So why not take that 10, 15 that you're about to go down to DR and go on a vacation, and y'all go ahead and be partners. And more than partners, y'all could be real partners, business partners. You could be a businessman, not a businessman. So I feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's been, like I said, my pleasure. Let's give everybody your information again. Let's put it out there. But it's going to be on the website. It's going to be on the radio station. I'll make sure I get the information out there so anybody want to get in contact with you. So let's put it out there one more time.
Yes, I'm Miss Keontae, your assistant living consultant. You can reach me. If you go to my website, you can book a one-on-one consultation. My website, again, is www.assistedlivingstartup.org. That's assistedlivingstartup.org. I do consultations daily, Sunday through Sunday.
So y'all got it. That's Miss Keontae, Assisted Living Startup. It's been my pleasure. I appreciate everything. We come and stop stopping by. Like you say, my platform is your platform. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. Appreciate you doing the Streetz Talk Podcast.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
And have a great day.
You too.